Greetings to you wherever you are in this world. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm bringing our lesson for today. And we'll be dealing with the Old Testament, and we'll be in Exodus chapter 17, verses 1 to 16. Now, if I fumble and stumble, forgive me. Like I said, I'm a student also. I just wanted to record my lessons, and then maybe somebody can get something out of it and just release the video. Maybe somebody can get something out of it. But just have mercy on me, okay? As I'm going through, because I'm learning like you. And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of Sin after their journeys according to the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim. And there was no water for the people to drink. Boy, that sounds bad already. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses, and said, Give us water, that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, Why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord? Now, that had to be a bad place for Moses, and people complaining you don't have any water. Like he God and can make it rain or provide water. People complaining to him because there's no water. Got to blame somebody, I guess, huh? And the people thirsted there for water. And the people murmured against Moses and said, Where is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt, to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? No faith. They start getting mad at him. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, What shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. Poor Moses. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel and thy rod, wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thy hand and go. So let's see. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock in the Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. So you got to remember, this is an Old Testament, okay? So it's using language from way back. So the names sound weird, and I may not be pronouncing them correctly, so forgive me if I don't. My nose is itching. Ugh, allergies. But at any rate, let's get the gist of it, though, okay? I'll stand to be corrected by anybody. Please tell, I'm just a student. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, Choose us out of men, and go out, fight with Amalek tomorrow, and I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in mine hand. So God told him to take this rod and go a certain place. And it looks like they might be a little bit concerned about what's going to happen when they go to where God wanted them to go. For Moses to stand. He's supposed to stand on a rock with this rod, So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. So it was people, and it was a problem, They just had to fight. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him. He sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, and excuse me. Let me start that verse over, because it's just very confusing. So you have to forgive me, because it's. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him. He sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side, the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. Boy, they had to hold him up with that rod. He was just tired, had been fighting. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. So that it sounds like God allowed, something to happen to Amalek. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nisai. For he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. That's just a war chapter. I mean, it's what's changed though. I don't want to go too deep into this one because it's just what have changed though. What have changed? Sounds like they was fighting for water rights, That sounded kind of like a messed up deal, situation all the way around. It's too bad that they couldn't have worked it out together, and shared. People do different things when they're under circumstances, compromising circumstances. That's what we see in the world today, what people will do for resources, But God had a problem with those people that that started fighting with Moses, because they could have just, why wouldn't they just let him have some water? Why would you be so insensitive to not do that? But at any rate, I'm not going to harp on that too much, but if anybody feel free to leave a comment, okay? Enlighten us all. Thanks.